Pluto, the sometimes planet may be hiding a pretty huge secret. Well, two huge secrets, actually. Astronomers in Spain believe that hiding behind Pluto, obscured from our view, are two additional giant planets. Spanish scientists in Madrid discovered the potential for the two massive celestial bodies at the outer reaches of our solar system after studying strange patterns in the orbit of rocky objects around Pluto, including the newly discovered dwarf planet 2012 VP 113. Scientists believe the first hidden world would be about 10 times the mass of Earth. They believe that this planet is moving in resonance with a bigger planet that is somewhere between Mars and Jupiter in size and would orbit 200 times the Earth's distance from the Sun. But can we ever conclusively confirm the existence of these two planets? Well, Scott Shepard at the Carnegie Institution for Science had this to say. As there are only a few of these extremely distant objects known, it's hard to say anything definitive about the number or location of any distant planets. However, in the near future, we should have more objects to work with.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video, N times 4565. And I want to talk a little bit about Planet X and the pole shift. And you saw on the beginning of this broadcast that there was a news release from RT where some Spanish scientists from Spain have said that they have spotted these two objects and that they are within the solar system. One is out around Pluto, but did you hear where the other one was? Just between Mars and Jupiter. Closer. And of course we know that it's not moving at 25 miles an hour. We're not sure how fast that they are approaching, but they are approaching. And we have TX-68 making a flyby in about 7 days. TX-68 is but a speck in the sand compared to what could be to come. If TX-68 doesn't really do anything, even if it impacts the Earth, its impact will be devastating to that area unless it lands in the ocean. And it'll cause a huge tsunami. But that in itself would only be the beginning of the approach of the dark star and our Herculois, our Planet X, two objects. Of course, when it goes by, something is going to happen. Now, we started out with this investigation as saying, well, you know, this is all conspiracy stuff, you know, and it ain't real. And now we have scientists saying that they have discovered these objects in space, and it's not just hearsay. They see them, and they're reporting them on the news, and so something is out there. Now, why America's not saying a whole lot about it, I can't tell you, except maybe they're trying to hold down panic and civil unrest. That's why I think Donald Trump isn't going to make it. Remember when Jeb Bush said in one of the campaigns, one of the debates, he looked over there and he says, well, there's one thing I can tell you, you'll never be the president of the United States, I can guarantee you that. I wonder what he meant by that. And then there was his father who did the sign while Trump was speaking. Yeah, you know, it's a Illuminati symbol. It's a Masonic symbol. It means you're done. You ever notice it's always cut your head off? And so, you know, somebody knows something. And then, you know, the Pope is up to shenanigans, and Krill is up to shenanigans, and they're going to Antarctica, and this thing's approaching from the south. You got a little video going right here from this lady right here. I really believe in everything this lady says about herself, but I like her video, so I put it on because it shows right here a possible pole shift like this, which means it's not just going to be a magnetic reversal as much as it's going to be planet movement. And if you watch right here, the Earth is the little blue object down at the bottom. The planet X is the red one. And you'll see that it's drawn in. Draw him into shallow water. We're going to trick him. So anyway, it's going to get drawn in, and you're going to see it flip around. And this is what they're claiming the pole shift is. It's fixing to happen right here. But I want you to see that right here because I preached this years ago that this would probably happen to the Earth. And people thought I was crazy. But I do believe that there's going to be a tremendous earth shaking, as you see here now, and then there's the flip, and then everything goes by, and then it goes back to its original orbit, but only moved. Of course, this is exaggerated in speed, but it gives you a good idea of what the shift is going to be. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want to tell you about this pole shift. I want to tell you that it is going to happen. I can't tell you exactly when, but I know it's going to happen. And I tell you, the weather's just been plumb crazy. The Earth is already feeling pressure from the approach of the dark star. And we know the dark star is close in relativity to far, which is like out of the other side or the asteroid belt or whatever. Even if we survive its passing, we have to go through its tail, and there's supposed to be unknowing amount of debris following this dark star. So even as it goes around, we'll have to go through the tail. At any rate, I don't think Trump has a chance because I really don't think there's going to be an election. I just don't think so this year because, you know, if something really big happens like this, whether it's an impact or something, they're going to make it into a huge, quote-unquote, false flag, and they're going to suspend everything, and Obama's going to remain in his position until further notice. I think he knows it, and everybody else knows it, and I think Trump probably knows it, but he's going to fight anyway, because apparently that's what he wants to do. And the elite don't like him at all because he's a non-elitist. At least that's what he's portraying at this point. But I really want to share with you something that you need to know about, because I can tell you right now that this pole shift is going to happen. It's right on the doorstep. It could begin at any moment, actually, because we're not really sure where we are. The announcements are going to come out. This country is going to be ruined. Already Russia has spoke about it many times, and they've said that they want to rework their nuclear weapons for asteroid destruction, for asteroid defense. You tell me what that's all about. Why would they be talking like that unless they wanted to do it, and or if they were just taking advantage of a bad situation and saying that they were going to do it just so they could move stuff around? And that's another event that we didn't even talk about, and that is the Middle East is certainly about to explode, and we're about to make the Chinese really mad because we're not paying any attention at all to what we're doing. We're about to go to war with the Chinese. Not a smart move. But on the other hand, you can't let them play in the water because they don't play fair. So they're going to have to be slapped around, because if you just leave them alone, they'll turn the whole Pacific Ocean into, quote unquote, their property, and they're not going to play fair. They already said they were going to hit us if Trump got elected. But I don't think there'd be an election. That's what I wanted to say about that, because of this event right here that's coming, which is a pole shift. A pole shift and cataclysmic problems with the planet. And it begins slowly, birth pains, like birth pains when a child is about to be born. It begins slowly and intensifies and intensifies and intensifies. And today is the 29th of February. March starts tomorrow. And I believe that's when it's really going to be kicking up. I think the volcanic activity is on the rise. Earthquakes are on the rise. Already, did you see BP Earthwatch? Did you watch his video? He showed that the CO2 on the West Coast was off the hook, which is a foresign of a big quake. And it's not just in one local area, it's the whole coast. Shut up. Have you looked at the quakes? Have you seen the foreshocks? Do you not know that something is fixing to happen? Excuse me, something big is fixing to happen. And this pole shift is going to go down. You know, when I was a surveyor years ago, as a surveyor, we were taught in college and years ago that there would be a pole shift. I was taught that in the early 80s when I was in college. That as for surveyors, we would be very important because there would be a pole shift, and that changes everything. All the deeds and all the land records and everything becomes wrong. And it all has to be redone according to the new calculations. And we were taught in college in the 80s that this pole shift was coming, but we didn't know why. We wouldn't tell us why, but they were telling us a pole shift was coming. And in the college they taught us that, and it was like surveying 101, man. Don't you know that all the deed records are based on the compass? It's going to change. They've been knowing about it for a long, long time. For decades, it's known about it. And now it's right at our doorstep. And alternative media like this is breaking the news to people because the mainstream isn't touching it, because for whatever reason, and they know it's true, And you know it's true. And you keep ignoring God as He's moving on your life. He's trying to put you in the right place, and you keep ignoring it. But I got to share you something right here. I don't want this video to get too long. But you need to know the pole shift is real. Did you see all the new dead animals this last week? All over South America from one end to the other? The sea lions? What do you think? All these dead animals, all these animals are dying. It's one of the seals of the riders of the apocalypse. It's the seal of death, famine. The animals in the sea are starving. Let me show you what I'm talking about right here. Okay. So just so you don't think that I've lost complete sanity, I want to hurry now. I'm running out of time. Maybe I'll take a time to do a video on the four horsemen of the apocalypse and the 7 seals. It's very important, especially right now, because it's in your lifetime. You may not believe it right now, but I'm telling you, you're going to, because you're going to see it. You're going to see it right here it is. You're going to know it's real right here it is. This was written a long, long time ago, before now. And here it is right here, right in your face. Now watch. Revelation 6:12, and I beheld when he'd opened the 6th seal, and there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Because when this begins to happen, when the earth shakes like this, when it begins to tremble, these volcanoes are going to erupt, and they're going to cause buildings to burn, and volcanoes to erupt, and ash, and smoke, and fire, and it's going to blot out the sun, and it's going to cause the moon to appear as blood, okay, through the haze of things that are coming. Now watch. And the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig cast her untimely figs, and she is shaken of a mighty wind. Listen to me. There's going to be wind, lots and lots of wind, more than you can imagine. You say, well, I live in Oklahoma or somewhere, you know, I don't have hurricanes. Well, you got tornadoes. I'm talking about that kind of wind. And the stars falling from the sky. What is that? Well, that's a meteor shower coming. It's going to happen. This is right in your face. This 6th seal is right on the verge of being popped open right now. You're watching me. You're hearing me. You're reading it right here. You see it. And you have to consider it because it's right here. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it was rolled together, and every mountain and island was moved out of their places. Heaven departed as a scroll. And these events have already happened before. As the clouds come in, and it would seem as though the heavens are being rolled up. It's going to be so unbelievable. And the earth is going to shake, and there are going to be tsunamis. That islands are going to be inundated 100%. They'll disappear. Mountains will be moved out of their places. The earth will be shaken like this. And it's prophesied and told to us that these things are going to come to pass. You know the pole shift is real. And you know the dwarf star is real. It's only a matter of days now before somebody has to make an announcement. Mainstream is going to have to be given the green light on this, because the elite, they don't want the world to say that they hid the secret. They want to be able to say, well, we gave a warning before you all die. Now watch this. And the kings of the earth, and great men, and rich men, and chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. You know right now that the elite is digging tunnels. You know they already have these things built. You know they're already supplied with food. Why? 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 What's the purpose? The purpose is a place to hide when this pole shift and dwarf star come by and the planet literally shakes. There hasn't been anybody here with any kind of technology to really tell us what's going to happen. It's happened before, but now we don't know. We don't know how fast. We don't know how slow. We don't know how strong. We don't know how weak. But we know something is coming, but we don't know. So they've dug tunnels. The Bible just told you what's going to happen. And the elite are going to hide themselves in the dens, in the ground, and in the mountains. And you already know that this is a fact. Why? This is why, right here. And he said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And you'll find that verse in the book of Malachi. Who shall be able to stand? Will it be you? Will you be prepared? Is God going to watch you because your name is written in the book of life? Or are you just going to take a chance that you're just an angry, you're a monster. You're like, man, I'm like a major professional wrestler. I'm a Hulk Hogan and I can survive. I don't need no help from nobody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to be one of the first ones in a body bag. You better think pole shift. You better think pole shift. You better think dwarf star. You better think Revelations chapter 6, verses 12 through 17. Because that is a fact. Well, we hadn't seen it yet. We've been taking pictures of it. They're starting to let them loose now. But you don't need that. The book already tells you. You need to give your life to Jesus Christ. You need to do it today. Look out. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Don't get blindsided. You're being told, choose you this day whom you will serve. The false gods on the other side, or the true and living God on this side. Jesus Christ is your answer to the pole shift. Look out. Please. Please. Don't wait. You're running out of time.
Pardon me, I've got something to say. When soul grows tired, the devil he comes to play. This old cat's been sitting on a fence too long. the Holy Ghost in me. So you think you're stuck in a desperate situation? Come on, he'll lead you away from temptation. Call his name right now, you ain't got time wise. The alley don't seem so dark with the light of Jesus Christ. Lord, I really must have been dreaming. I pray, then I pray some more. Beat up the ball, hits the floor. The demons all run to the door. It's combination 1, 2, 3. I got the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost in me.